And welcome back to Monday Morning Mooks, where we're playing this fucking game. Just for a little background for you guys, we recorded about 2 more hours into this game. That was destroyed. I'm going to blame Hurricane Sandy, actually, for what happened, because we lost pretty much all of that. But, yeah, so this tainted our purity test that we initially had for this, where we were going to not know anything about the game. We now know what happens for the next 2 hours. So when we do call something, I will point out what episode before we lost that footage that we called it happening, so we could still be smug about how predictable this game is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
well, if it's any consolation, it's been a while. I don't really remember most of other than just the major.
Yeah, no, we're still going to spend a whole episode getting lost the way we did last time because we don't remember any of it. We swore this game off for nearly a month because we were so annoyed at how much we lost.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So I think I remember just from editing the video afterward that you have to go to the Magmel caves for the other silly thing. Oh hey, you can defeat a baby emu. The baby emu. It doesn't really seem like that big of a target for your junk sword.
Alright.
So, there was something that I did want to talk about with this game, just an overall, an overarching designing thing. And tell me if you agree. The character design, the character design in this game, like each individual player character, is terrible. Not in a just so goofy I can't take it seriously or the way it's supposed to look kind of way, but in these are the most boring characters I've ever seen. I can't tell you their names except that we spend hours at a time making fun of them kind of way. Mike would comment when he's too busy trying to kill a little Skeeter.
I was actually trying to be introspective and think for a second.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily go that far, though. I think just, but by character design, you're just talking about the actual visual aesthetic of the characters?
Well, yeah, I mean, let's take a look at our plucky main character, She-Hulk. With the exception of the fact that he wears capris, tell me something about him that makes him distinguishable from, say, Colony 9 resident.
He's blonde. He has a stupid haircut.
They all have stupid haircuts. That's something that amazed me. Looking back, there are characters with the name Colony 9 resident that have more memorable, not necessarily better, but more memorable image design than our main characters. Okay, we make fun of Final Fantasy games a lot because they're bad, but at least the character design, even if you hated it, you know what they are. You remember that character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's remember that, hey, you're the one who hates most Final Fantasies.
I think 6 was pretty boss.
I liked 6, I liked 5 for the most part, other than the fact that near the end the game became just pure tedium.
Pure tedium, the best part of any game.
Well, just, it got to the point where, unless you were playing a ROM and just playing it on fast forward, it just took way too long to, max out various jobs.
Oh, something that I noticed, and it's kind of cool that you mentioned this, because we had this talk in the lost footage. I imagine we're going to have it again about the pacing of this game. But before we get into that, I just want to say something that I had a thought and I was wondering about this. Could we think, because I notice I tend to think that older RPGs are paced better than newer ones. Is it possible because maybe we played them more recently on emulator than we did on the original system that we think it's paced better because we hit fast forward a lot?
A little. I mean, also I feel like a lot of the games that we used to play as kids, as we get older, we realize, wow, the pacing wasn't that great because we now have jobs and stuff, and we now actually have things to do other than just, oh yeah, I finished my homework, now I can just play whatever game I want.
I don't know. I still think Ogre Battle's pretty. The Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen. There are a lot of Ogre Battle games. I still think Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen is pretty awesome, even though I couldn't possibly finish one level in any block of free time that I have.
Did I go the wrong way again?
Yes, you did. Check out the arrow that's supposed... How did we get lost again? The only thing I remember about the last time we played this game is that we got lost. How did we do it again? Well, get the glowy blue thing.
Hold on.
Mike, when I say get the glowy blue thing, glowy glue thing...
Yeah. Going to the anti-air battery for some reason. Well, granted, isn't there's some sort of side quest?
There are tons of side quests. Do you think you could take on the Lake
Magdalena
yet? Because, like, during our one run-through, we got up to the point where our village was totally massacred. By the way, not spoilers, because we called that in the first hour of gameplay.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
But yeah, we got to the point where our village is totally massacred, and we, like, just forgot about all the side quests that we had collected beforehand. I do remember that none of the heart-to-hearts displayed we actually had the characters for yet.
Yeah.
So, when our first... Who's Werner Herzog, and why is he gently caressing a piece of metal?
Okay. Oh, that also reminds me. I want to see actually how a little bit of how this whole relationship system works. So far, I seem to have no affinities to any of these people. Cool-headed scientist. Scrap dealer. Okay.
Oh, dude! Someone on YouTube told us something.
Oh, what? Oh, right.
Someone on YouTube told us. Well, apparently Francois doesn't like Noreen.
Really like Shulk though.
Oh.
This Noreen.
Oh, apparently that's her only character trait.
Francois.
Yeah, someone on YouTube. During the episode, we were talking about how we had no idea how we're going to go back and get all the side quests for this collection crap. Said there was some kind of menu that you could just access and do it from anywhere.
Yeah, I think it was this one.
Like, yeah, if you collected the stuff, can you just, like, hit a button and get the reward?
I think you automatically just get the reward.
Really? Because I don't... Like, I guess the items just seem that unimportant.
Well, I think it's just because it kind of pops up like, oh, you have completed the X quest or whatever, and you just keep going.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, that goes into our pacing conversation, which I guess we should probably have again. I don't remember exactly what I said. I just remember we did like the whole episode that was a really long talk about pacing.
That's pretty neat. For like, when we forget what we're doing.
For when you just totally blank on what you're doing. Yeah, but yeah, like, okay, here's something. There's one JRPG that I always like just pour praise onto, and it's called Valkyrie Profile. Because I like so many things about it. Then I went back and played it and realized that the pacing was possibly the worst. Like, every single... How to put this? Every single story moment, which lasted for giant long blocks of time, was bad, and I couldn't wait for it to be over. But the only thing I remembered was the good parts of the game that happened in between those giant blocks where they make you sit down and do nothing. So, Mike, I believe we did it.
Yep.
I believe we managed to, despite knowing we did this last time, spend a whole episode getting lost. So, before we get on the right track, I think it's time for a next time on Monday Morning Mooks. We will be looking at where we're really supposed to go rather than running around killing bunnies, which was the original title of this game.